My next guests are punk rock to the core. They were born in France, moved to South Africa, learned how to make soap, learned how to sing about it, and became punk rock internet sensations. You don't want to miss this. Stick around. Good day and welcome to BuzzTown. If you're new with us, please consider clicking that subscribe button so that you get notifications when we put new videos out. My next guests got their name from making soap at a young age and selling it on the streets of South Africa. They are extremely entertaining, drop-dead gorgeous, infectiously fun, and addictive. They are the SoapGirls.
You're not expecting payment after that intro, are you? No, I'm joking. Thank you.
No, if I did, I'd still be broke. Trust me.
Okay.
What
does that mean? Yeah.
I don't know. How are you guys?
We're good. Yeah. And you?
I'm excellent. I got to tell you, I'm super thrilled right now because, for one, reaching out to you guys and you guys saying yes to this interview is awesome. This is only my second one, so.
Well, we're honored, man.
Oh no, this is your only second one.
Yeah,
we're out.
We're joking.
Get the manager.
I'm fucking excited, man.
And I didn't even take a drink before all this, so.
I know, I've got drinks, man, but that's about it, so it's good.
It's a pity the screen isn't virtual, then we could pass it through.
Yeah,
now there's something. Tell me when that happens, because I'll be on it.
Hey, we saw it on Willy Wonka, man. You know, with the TV bar? That was fucking sick.
Oh, yeah. I think somebody's actually trying to do that, too, with a candy bar.
Ah,
Is that the guy that blew himself up?
Yeah, I don't know. No. And also, I got to tell you, I'm thrilled because you guys, like, in a time where, the world kind of shut down and social media has gotten under everybody's skin. And I don't know about you, but I can speak for myself. Like, when I go on social media now, I see a lot of hate, a lot of things I just don't trust anymore. And you guys come on and it's like a breath of fresh air. You guys are raw, real. You're like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Young Ones, but you're like the young ones.
Heard of it.
Oh wait, someone
just
magically a fucking chair.
It's the guy with the TV bar.
Sicko.
You've been drinking already.
No, I'm the only one who drinks in the band. Oh, you just tripped the light. Now my zits are all gonna pop up. Thank you for that. The light was looking all flat. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, it won't. Trust me. My internet isn't that good. It's all coming out blurry. Blah, blah.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
You guys you look great. So what I wanted to say was you guys have been coming into my house literally since like May, I guess, because your Facebook Live. And it's just been amazing. Like every other day at 3:00, you guys come on and I can just kick back and let the goodness come in, let the fun happen.
It makes us fucking happy because our show typically on a tour, we tour 8 months of the year. It's very interactive. So obviously we miss the audience participation and the energy of a live show, but
because we're stuck, obviously, and we can't do that right now, then we just had to make do. And the fact that we get to, I don't know,
still stay connected to everyone, and even like new people have discovered our music, like you. It's really fucking cool. I mean, if we just sat down and been like, oh well, we can't fucking tour, let's give up,
then that would have been
fucking
stupid.
pathetic. That's not in our nature. So
Well,
yeah.
So our shows are crazy. They're pretty fucked up.
If you think the live stream shows are weird, then yeah, you need to get to one of the like proper live shows.
It's even more.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's crazy.
trust me, I have dug deep into that already once I got to know you guys.
Oh no, you haven't seen it all. There's been a show where someone had a banana covered in Vicks put up their butt. I did that. Someone.
What?
But they've always come back for more shows. The person's a huge fan. He's really cool.
Yeah.
We've had people like
that happened in London.
yeah.
That just got me blushing. Look, I'm turning red.
Ooh, hey, at least that was nice. I put Vicks on it, man. I just wanted the Vicks to burn his ass, but yeah, apparently it was
But
good
the
lubrication.
the funny part about that show was stage, and then behind us there was like open window, so like people walking past in the streets, they just saw these people on stage in adult diapers and this guy getting a banana shoved up his butt, and they were like, what the fuck is going
this?
on
Yeah.
here?
Please tell me it wasn't peeled. I don't even know why that makes a difference, but
Was
No,
it
it was
peeled?
peeled.
Oh yeah, I peeled
Yeah,
it.
I think
yeah.
some of it broke off.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't. To this day, we just laugh about it. But hey, fuck it, man. We've had people throwing up on stage. I enjoy it when it happens.
I don't.
We've
We've
love
thrown up because people
People
smelled so bad.
Yeah, but it was only because we put rotten eggs in their stuff, and then it stunk. I don't know. The shows are cool. It's literally the most liberating experience. I mean, it feels like taking a step back into a time when people weren't scared of what other people thought about them, and like before camera phones captured everything. So even though there are cameras everywhere, people don't give a fuck. They're just like, yeah, fuck it. We've had an 85-year-old woman swinging her bra on stage, and she did not give a fuck. We've had people stage diving in a wheelchair, fucking sick.
But the cool
What?
thing even about like our lockdown shows is that because they're themed, then a lot of our fans, they get dressed up and they send pictures of them in the theme of the outfit.
It's still interactive, and the best compliment I can say is that people say they feel like they're at the show, which is really fucking cool.
yeah, it really is. And you can sorry, but you guys, you can tell. Like I put this together during COVID. You guys do it.
Cool.
Yeah, but you guys do it like every day. And so
Yeah, you see this room here, it gets taken down
changes,
every
yeah.
single day. If you've seen
And
what
new
it looked
things
like
made.
before, it was just a gray piece of shit garage. Still a piece of shit, but it's covered up by a lot of cool stuff.
no, every day it's different. And I think that people don't take that for granted. The work that it goes into it. Like, I don't know if you remember, I did reach out to you guys and I'm like, you guys are the hardest working band that I know. This,
Oh, thank you.
it's obvious, and you're super talented. I don't know how many songs you guys have, but I don't even know where you guys get time to practice.
Well, okay, that's a weird one. We know, like, normally we're always touring, so I guess
That is kind of practice.
yeah, and we like just play wherever we can. Like, especially on a tour, you're getting about 3 to 4 hours sleep if you're lucky a night. So it's tricky. And as soon as we leave the tour, we come back to South Africa and we just write nonstop and record. But during the lockdown, yeah, we try practice, but the neighbors
only
call
thing
the
is-
cops.
Yeah, so we can't rarely practice. We can only practice on the days that we play.
So sometimes we'll take a new song that we wrote, and then
And
for
we
the
just
first time
test it
ever,
out.
we're playing it on live on
And
the live
sometimes
stream.
it's a big fuck up, but sometimes it's not.
Yeah,
And
and
the more
I
we do
love.
it, then the less of a fuck up it gets, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be great for when you guys really do get back to touring again.
Exactly. Well, we've never been able to play every single song of all the albums like before, because normally when you're touring an album, you kind of stick to that album and maybe the last album, but we've got 3, almost 4 albums done now.
And obviously you can't play every single song in one night.
Yeah.
Well, you can, but like it's
No.
the
Yeah,
time.
we've
yeah.
done 3-hour shows, and it's a bit heavy.
It is heavy.
Yeah.
Well, I have to give it to you guys for sure, and your drummer as well, because he obviously has to go through the antics, and I mean, he's got to stay focused when he's got beautiful girls Uh,
Nah, fuck
Sam,
that.
I think Sam's gotten over that long time ago.
Sam, what's the goal?
Yeah.
Now, when you play music together,
And you
it's
like
just
brother
like,
and sister.
yeah, we don't care. Like, I think, what have I done? The worst thing. I've gotten drunk the most time. Well, I'm the only one who drinks in the band, unless I coerce him into drinking. And I don't know, he's had to pick me up, like throwing up all over him. Yeah, I think
He's seen it all.
he's
so.
seen it all.
wow. Well,
First practice, someone was insulting us on a live stream because we filmed like everything.
I see
And
that a lot.
and then someone was pissing me off, telling me to put
This is
clothes
the
on.
first time that he'd ever practiced with us because we've gone through like a few drummers.
But we were in
And
a
then-
rehearsal studio with him, and I just stripped all my clothes off.
She went like butt naked and she was playing, and then he was probably just like,
He was
okay.
like 17 or 18 at the time. Was
It's
just like,
all
look,
worth it.
sorry, bro. I like, fuck
And
this.
he's like, okay,
Whatever. And from then on, he just got it. And even we tried to prepare him for like touring with us, especially Europe. We said, dude, there are going to be times when shit's going to get rough.
And he was like, yeah, sure, it's fine,
we
whatever.
overreacting and exaggerating, and then spicing it
and
up.
then after the tour, he was like, wow, you really weren't like fucking around and talking shit. Like the crazy shit really does happen.
Yep. When you least expect it, it's all fucked.
Most people think when we tell them stories, they're like, yeah, sure, they're like hyping it up and that, but like, no, that really does happen.
It's nuts.
Oh
Honestly, we've gotten into situations where
we're like, why the fuck does this always happen to us?
we say like, is this like some sort of like, I don't know, fucking fucked up parallel universe? What the hell?
And some person standing there with the camera like laughing at what's going on, and they've set this whole thing up.
It's just fucked. Yeah.
And that's all pre 220 or 2020.
That's every fucking year, man. And then this year now, like, obviously with the lockdown, it's fucked. So we're just growing tons of weed, and we are just doing our live streams. I want to try to grow my own mushrooms, but it's quite tricky, and I don't want to kill anyone. So I'm looking into it.
I love you guys.
Oh, we even played a show. We played a show. We'd never do this on a normal tour
ever.
Okay, so we all got brownies.
So I don't do like I don't do weed.
She doesn't even do coffee. She shakes like a leaf. Yeah.
So we all.
Someone's got to be the sane one.
Exactly. She's not saying that's the fucking worst part. Okay.
I probably am the most. Fucked
Oh, she's saving you guys.
I just seem the most like normal.
Okay, so we all decide. Well, my sister and Sam, the drummer, they're gonna take brownies, and
Weed
Sam
brownies.
filming as well is gonna take these
And our
fucking
brother.
knockout fucking heavy brownies, and I'm gonna take mushrooms.
And we were all gonna play a show.
Our manager comes up to me, and I love mushrooms, but I never would have thought of doing a show. And she says, you know what? You know, some top musicians have done their best shows on mushrooms. And
That's not true.
And then I was like, are you sure about this?
She was like, no, yes, they have.
I'm telling you now, it's a professional thing. Just do it. So I was like, well, okay. Because usually it makes me get really like thoughtful, and I just start laughing. So I was like, okay. We played the show.
All I can say is don't ever do that.
Don't ever do it. It was a great experience to try it out. My God. So they thought the police were trying to bust in on the show, and they were like this, the police.
Oh
and I'm on the mushroom thinking, what the fuck? I looked down at my bass. I got 18 strings, and we replayed one of the songs 7 times.
Yeah.
We none of us, we were all playing different songs.
At the same time.
Fucked.
Yeah, no, it was not a good thing.
And I could hear people's heartbeats. It was like, I was tripping my fucking balls off.
Even when I went to, I was lying in bed, and I was like, whoa, who's, I was like, someone's playing like techno music, like dum, 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 and so my heart beating. I could hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did something stupid. So I took brownies. I did the mushrooms, like more grams than I normally would have, and I was drinking. So I was fucked up my mind.
Jesus.
And like, I don't know. I looked down at the ground. It was like a black hole. I was trying to play and keeping it together. Never again.
And me, I'm hilarious. Like I think
no, you're not hilarious on drugs.
It's fine, everything's fine, and I'm laughing, and I'm like, no. And then suddenly I realize, oh my God, you're fucking up. Like this voice in my head's like, you're fucking up.
Oh
Don't
my
fuck
God,
up. And
even
I'm
if
like,
you weren't.
Yeah, she goes nuts, and then she thinks the police are coming. She's like, no, just one more song. The police, and I'm like, oh my God, you're fucking killing my trip.
And then she starts singing, every breath you can take.
I didn't sing that. Are you fucking crazy? What the fuck? I don't know. It was nuts. Never again.
One thing I bet people probably didn't even realize, and
They did. They did. Our eyes were like saucers. We were fucked. Normally, I usually never play sober. I'm always drunk. But
I think
functioning like
yeah.
well on it. I love Jack Daniel's water to me. But
and Sam, the drummer, was like this.
he was playing like slow. He was fucked up. It's terrible. There's a video of it on YouTube. I will never play like that again.
It's not a good idea.
It was fucking scary.
No.
It's very,
I think
that's a
edibles
good
and-
message. That's a good message
Yeah.
to the young ones out there.
No, that's
Yeah.
all we said during the show. We said this is
Don't do
why drugs, kids. Don't do it.
Yeah. And edibles also don't.
Don't do
I
it.
think that's the worst thing.
No. It's great when you want to write and that and get creative, but you know when you're supposed to work, no, just bad.
No, I get it
No.
too. I play in a working cover band, and I have been in situations where just recently, as a matter of fact, where I had like a late nighter and then an early, a Bloody Mary or whatever, just one. And then later on that day, it was like, God, I wish I would have napped, and it was it was last week. It was so hot that me and the singer, who they didn't do anything, it was just like, I got to do one more set. I don't know if I can do it. I'm literally, when I got home, I was just drenched, and it just never again. So
Come on. But sometimes, when you have those moments, it makes you appreciate the times when you're not fucked. And you sometimes in a weird kind of way, you work a bit harder. It's like when you're sick and you do a show.
Because you know that you can't fuck up.
it's
Like,
true.
you're fucked. You're fucked. You like, and there's a voice in your head like, dude, you're fucked. You just fucked up. You can't fuck up now.
It's true. In the words of a really good friend of mine, Chad McDonald, who was my first interview just last week, he said, once that plane takes off, it's like, that's how it goes.
You gotta go with it.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
gotta go
Yeah,
with
if
it.
you
Wow.
fight it, then
I did a show on acid once, and that was one of the worst things I've ever done. I didn't know I took it. It was
I looked at her during the show and I was like, what the fuck?
It was a big
It was like
mistake.
everything was fine, and then I looked at her and she was like,
I couldn't remember like anything. I don't know, just very bad. that was unintentional. I was drunk and I saw food and there was stuff with it, and I just ate it like a little bit, and 10 hours later I was fucked.
Well, I guess we've all been there, but listen, that was a great icebreaker right there. I mean, so as someone that's going to interview you guys, of course I did my homework, and of course I went to Wikipedia, and bam, there's your story. Let me just ask you this. First of all, how does it feel to have Wikipedia do a story on you guys?
We were actually,
We were
we
like,
saw it this year and we were like,
Like,
what the fuck? This is crazy. Some of it was a bit weird and wrong. Like
we were
some
just
of the
like,
names and
whatever.
shit, we were like, what the fuck is this? But we are very fucking on it, because when I want to research something, I'm always like, Wikipedia. I don't care if people judge me for it. I'm like, Wikipedia, it's facts. Except with our one, some of it was not facts.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I hit on something and it's not fact, just tell me.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys moved to Cape Town, South Africa. What was the big move there? Why'd your family pick up and go there?
Oh, it's a long story.
It's a long
but,
story.
like,
We were escaping quite a heavy situation back home. Our mom had to leave a very
literally,
abusive
like,
relationship.
she left with literally just the clothes that we had.
We
And
were
then,
pretty much smuggled out, so we ended up being illegal immigrants here, even though she's got South African citizenship. We struggled for years to get legalized, so we had to live very much under the radar.
I
and for
saw
us-
that. I kind of
Yeah.
saw that in your show yesterday. You said that you actually, Millie, got
Yeah.
arrested.
Yeah, as soon as
Yeah.
I was 18, I had to, I had to go to jail, man. And what the fuck? It's really fucked up.
done time, man.
Shut up. I didn't mind getting arrested for indecent exposure, but something that I could not help.
It's ridiculous.
We tried for years, but South Africa is very corrupt. So for us to get legalized here, my God, what
It's a
nightmare.
third world country.
We just kept having to pay bribes and fines, and eventually this woman kept seeing us every single day. We couldn't finish school either, and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give you the stamp that you need, even though I'm probably gonna lose my job. She said, I'm gonna do this because I can't stand seeing this. It's bullshit.
But you asked what was it like for us coming from France to South Africa. It
Yeah.
was a huge shock for us.
Yeah.
And even like as kids at school, I just remember just sitting there crying because I couldn't speak any English, and the dumb kids were just fucking laughing at me. So I was just sitting there
Unbelievable.
crying like a fool.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but I'm glad everything for a reason. Look, we did reconnect with family. Not there's one person in particular we will have nothing to do with, that we left. The reason why we left France, but the rest of the family we have reconnected
It
last
is
year.
awkward though.
It is awkward.
Very
I mean,
awkward, strange.
we fucking disappeared as kids, and then we went back, and it's like, hey, yeah.
My God, man, you guys are interesting.
Thank you.
So you guys are singing, you go from, I don't know, making soap and singing on the streets, and somebody, how did that work that you got approached for a record deal?
That again was quite a while. You can't live in South Africa. So we grew up, I mean, wait, you can't live in South Africa and ignore, like, obviously there's blatant poverty everywhere. And, you know, you'll get public hospitals that have amazing doctors, but they're falling apart. You get children's homes, you get old age homes that are also falling apart. There's not enough funding.
And our mom is a really amazing person, and she's always taught us from a young age, like, to see the bigger picture in life, and you can't just not
Be selfish.
Yeah.
You have to be selfless.
So we said to her, well, can we take some of your soaps? And
she used to make soap, and we were like, we want to be Girl Scouts pretty much and sell soap, raise funds for charity, and do some good.
And we met people from all over.
Yeah, like, so we'd start singing. First we'd go door to door, and she hated it. She would follow us in a car checking there was no psycho. And we were like, no. And then there's a little harbor in the town that we stayed in, and we would go onto the tourist buses singing in like Chinese or Mandarin and like freaking Hindi, Arabic, all the languages for people so that they would buy our soap. And we really enjoyed entertaining people. It's something we've done even before selling soap. When we were little kids, we'd put on shows at our house, and I mean,
that's obvious. You can see this.
Well, thank you. We started getting serious about music when we were about 12, 13. And we met a lot of people. Oh, come to my studio, man. And I don't know, we were like, yeah, okay, maybe. And at the time, we were like, yeah, it's the right thing. Let's do it. So
and then we went into this guy's studio.
But the guy was fucking...
They were fucked. But
crazy.
It was fine. It was a good experience.
So every time we'd go into different studios, like obviously some of them were really heavy. It was bad. A lot of pedophilia, especially when you're young and in the music industry, very dodgy people.
See, and that's something that's really new and coming about here. It's really starting to come out in the open.
So we were very lucky that we had our mom, because we met a lot of fucking weirdos. Yeah. And it's funny that the older we got, then less of that shit.
That you get.
But under 18, I tell you, they go for you. So, and you're just clueless kids. So we're like, what? And they were furious that our mom was always around.
Like, they'd always try and cut her out of the thing. Be like, no, you know, you got to get rid of her, and you got to do it like this.
And we're like, dude, what the fuck?
You're lucky. You guys are lucky to have each other, maybe, and be there for each other.
Always. I mean, look, when you don't want to be jaded to life, but unfortunately you do have to like realize after a bit, like, shit, not everyone's as decent as you are.
Like, that's not really a candy lollipop.
Dude, what the fuck? No, man.
I'm sorry.
But so I don't know, we went like through a few different places and stuff, and we started recording. Some of the earliest shit was, Jesus, I don't even want to remember. It's so bad. But we had a vision. We knew where we wanted to go.
And one of the songs, a guy from, it was some Japanese label or something, he liked the song, and then they put it,
Boys, Boys, Boys.
They put it on a Japanese compilation disc. And then a guy from Universal.
No, at the time we were 14 and 15, and our biggest dream at that point, because we didn't realize,
we signed to a record label, but we were
a major label.
We were very naive and stupid, because I mean,
we thought like, oh my god, the label's gonna do it all for you, it's gonna be so cool.
It doesn't work like
that. It doesn't work like that. So we got signed at 14 and 15. We were very excited. You know, it was a big dream come true. But then we started understanding a bit more about how it works, and we did an album. Long story, but that album never got released because the guy that was producing us, the sound engineer,
he had a massive cocaine-induced heart attack
on the advance that we got from the record label. Yeah. So we were fucked, and then we had to wait, you know, until we could record again. There was no like income. We were just again screwed.
And we weren't allowed to perform any of the stuff because they owned all the rights to everything.
So we were just like in a very shitty situation, and then eventually we had an album release. Then the songs got into like the top 5 of the local radio stations. They got into the compilation discs and all that stuff. We were guest performers on Idols South Africa, and on the outside it seemed really cool, but it wasn't. I mean, we were starving. We were going to all these red carpet events, and we were fucking starving.
And then they give you clothes and say, okay, you need to wear this and this, so you look fine, and then you leave in like some fucking beat up car, and
you're like fucked up, man. So it's not.
Oh my
God. The great thing about those fancy things is the buffet. Like everyone would be like, they're like, oh, don't eat anything, and you're like this.
Fuck that.
Dude,
bring
you
you
go
back.
that side, I go this side. Let's go.
And so yeah, it was shit, and we tried.
But you got to be careful. You really do have to be careful. It's really a good thing.
It was heavy. I mean, like from the outside it seemed great. They pay for a music video, but you have no say. They put you in FHM or Playboy, whatever magazine they want to. You don't agree with it, you don't like it, you're underage, and you're like, we don't want this.
How old are you guys? You're like 15 or 16 at this time?
At the time when they put us in like a men's magazine, like 16, 17, we were not happy about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet mom wasn't either.
No, we didn't have any choice. And he said we just got shown the copy, and it's like, wow.
Oh, thanks.
Great.
Oh my God.
What we both wanted. I mean, look, the way that we dress is our choice, but at the same time, that doesn't give other people the right to now like say, okay, we're going to put you in a hypersexualized magazine. So it was annoying. We fought for creative control. We weren't allowed to dress how we wanted.
You know what the funny thing is though? They put us in a magazine like that, but when we wanted to dress how we wanted to, they'd be like, oh no, that's too risque. Oh, you can't wear that.
And we were just thinking, what the fuck? So again, we struggled. Like every time we try to like, you know, show the sound that we wanted, we were always turned down. No, you can't do this. It's too rock. It's too this. So it was very horrible for us. And I mean, look, we met some great people in the music industry, don't get me wrong. Even at the record label, some very interesting characters, but at the end of the day, they just want to sell a mass-produced, mass commercial appeal product, and that's not us.
They want to take what's worked before and turn you into that.
And it wasn't us. So we struggled, and every time we wanted to do something, we couldn't do it. So as soon as we left we like got ourselves out of that contract, we were fucking happy. I mean, look, we were fucking shit scared. We were blacklisted in the South African music industry. So there was no income for us, but we knew we wanted to get overseas. So we sold whatever we could. We made a plan, and we got, but we were legal at this point. We got overseas to New York.
We recorded at a studio.
And it was great. The music was organic, but then they did what the record label had done. They changed our sound.
To us, and it was just the same EDM dance pop
and
shit.
It's great. I mean, look, the music would have been like great on the radio, but it wasn't us. We just left that kind of shit.
And they offered us a lot of money for this contract, and we said
wow,
to our manager,
that's ballsy.
We need to fucking leave. Yeah, people told us, you fucking idiots, because at the time we had no money, but it wasn't what we wanted. There's no point in living in a gilded cage. I mean, look, you're doing money, but do you believe in what you're doing? No. So we left it, and we came back to South Africa, and again, we did whatever jobs we could to, like, you know, fund recording, and we started uploading onto YouTube. Someone else got in contact with us from the UK, and we've been through bullshitters. So this guy's like, oh,
you should come and do shows here
in the UK. I can organize a tour. We were like, yeah, sure, whatever, man, fuck it.
But he was actually legit.
So we flew out, and again, we started doing shows, and we started getting a following because our shows were so different to everything else out there.
Yeah.
Then people were like, whoa, this is fucking nuts.
A lot of people left in an ambulance.
Yeah, some people like did leave the shows in an ambulance.
Yeah.
You know what it's reminiscent of? Have you guys ever heard of Wendy O. Williams?
Oh, we fucking love the Plasmatics. Yeah. I think she was fucking amazing.
That just hit me today on the way home from work. I was like, oh my God, I wonder if they even know, because you guys really have a unique show. It's really unique. And
thank you.
Love to see you guys over here. How was it when you came to New York? What was the feeling for you guys?
We loved it.
We didn't play any shows, but we
recorded and we loved it. It was very like vibrant, like the city is great.
And one thing that was very, very funny to us was the producer, what was his name?
Sid.
He was very sweet. But he said, okay, I'm gonna take you around New York and, you know, show you around. And then we were like, okay, but aren't there like a lot of weirdos and that? And he was like, no.
People
So
won't even notice you.
People aren't even gonna notice you, man.
man.
This is New York. There's loads of people here. And we were like, okay,
Okay,
we
cool.
walking.
We walked down the wrong street. There were so many, I don't know, it's obviously people waiting for like celebrities, but for some reason they thought like they did not know who we were.
And
like,
then you just hear all these cameras. And
we
we were like,
were
what
blinded.
the fuck
We were
is
like,
this?
fuck, okay.
And then okay, and then he's like, whoa, that was strange.
What the
and
fuck?
Then next walking, this guy has this big cat on his shoulder, and he's
like a stuffed dead cat.
And we were like, hey.
No, he says hi.
And they're like, hey, and he's like, hey, touch my cat. Touch my cat.
Speak Spanish. Hola, hola. And we were like,
no. He said he was like, touch my cat, and we were like, it's okay.
Skip, adios.
And then he kept. And we were like, adios. And he's like, no, not Spanish. Try another language. Come on, touch your cat.
And we were just like, okay, bye.
And then we just walked. The guy wouldn't stop following us. And the guy was like, I've never.
Sorry about that. That was probably a friend of mine.
No, then we go to Froyo or some frozen yogurt place, okay? And we're sitting down having a meeting with the guy. And then this guy just sits himself down and starts saying, I'm going to put you in a Bollywood movie. Yo. And then we're like, what the fuck? Where did this guy come from?
Do you know Candice Vanderpool? You're from South Africa.
And we were just like, okay, dude, like,
and he was like, the producer guy said, he was like, what the fuck is
he said, I've lived in New York for fucking years and I've never seen anything like this.
Well,
and he's going mad.
To the Big Apple.
It was crazy. The craziest thing in New York is when you cross roads, it's a stampede.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But it's controlled though.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. And so clean.
Yeah, I did go there once right after 9/11, and I was really impressed with how just passionate the people are in New York about what happened then. Oh my God. I just like, I went into a Subway at 2:00 in the morning, and somebody that was working on the streets, they had pictures in this little Subway sandwich shop of the Twin Towers, you know, and this one guy that obviously lived in New York, he was working on the streets, construction. He came in, ordered food, just started staring at the picture, and he started to cry.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah.
I think people are very passionate about where they stay.
That's so weird that you mentioned that, because I was watching, I think it was that Howard Stern show, and on the day that happened,
yeah,
the 9/11 that it happened, you can hear everything. It's crazy.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to try and find that.
I just think it's crazy that even fucking happened. You know what I mean?
Like literally, they thought it was a joke and they were laughing, and then they're like, "Oh no, dude, it's fucking serious."
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
It's
and then people are calling in, but they were like saying some heavy shit, and they were like, "No, you can't say that yet. We don't know."
Shit.
So did those tracks that you recorded in New York, did they ever get released?
No, we've got them. Whatever, they're really cool. Maybe we might like release it, like
the one on Spotify or some shit. I don't know.
I have no idea. Some of them are good. Some of them, like, it's very different to what we do.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever we've done in the past, it's all like been a journey to where we are right now. So even though some of it I'm like, oh God, I don't want to hear it again, I am proud at some point, because at that point in my life, that was the best I could do.
Yeah.
One more good one.
Shut up, man.
Well put. So at what time, like, was the turning point into, what did you guys call it? The revolt rock punk, I want to
you see, we've always done we've always done very unusual eclectic music. I mean, we both have very different tastes. The only middle ground is grunge. Yeah.
But did like the experience with the big record labels kind of help push you, you know, more toward that, you know, in your face?
It made us want to just do everything that felt authentic to us.
Yeah, it made us stand behind our own message in that way more, I think, and realize this is exactly what we're about. You either love it or you hate it. If you don't, fuck you. If you do, fuck you.
You know, I'm glad you said that too, before I forget. When I first stumbled across you guys, I honestly, and I love you guys, so don't take this wrong. I know you guys don't get offended too easy, but I was like, wow, what a hot mess this group is. And then as I got to know you guys are just brilliant, and you've got a great message.
It's just raw. I mean, it's unpolished as fuck. Like,
you got a great message. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Sometimes, you know, people are like, oh, you could polish it up, but we will say this. Our first album, we did just before we flew to the UK for our first tour.
The one called
We did
Rebellion.
that in 2 days. We had fuck all budget, and the
16
guy
songs in 2
decided to do
days.
us a favor. He said, if you can record 16 songs in 2 days, I'll charge you for 1 day in the studio.
So
And
we were
we
like,
did
fuck,
it.
we have to.
We fucking have no choice, man. And we did it. It is so raw, and like that is us. So the second album was a bit more polished. We even worked with like someone that's really fucking cool. He does like Napalm Death, like all their records, and I fucking love their music.
Russ Russells.
Yeah, no, Russ. Oh, sorry.
That's what I said.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know why I was gonna say Russell Brand. I was like, fuck's my head.
Russell
Yeah,
Brand.
but so yeah. So it's a different sound, but you can hear like where we wanted to go, if that makes sense. We just didn't have the budget at the time. And every time we've toured, we've saved as much as we can and we record more, but we don't ever want it too polished. That's one thing we will never do.
Totally agree. Now,
Get done in 2 takes or not? Done.
perfect.
Don't fuck around.
I don't like when people get like too anal about being so perfect. You know, you don't even want to be around those kind of people.
We're heavy.
Like, oh, come on.
We're heavy in the studio. If any one of us goes in the booth and the one's taking too long, get the fuck out. You suck. And then the other one will take over. No, we won't have it. You're wasting studio time. It's money. Get out. And you're useless. And you're wasting your chance.
Right.
No. We'll literally pull the other one up by the hair. Get the fuck out. We don't go in the box together because we
it's
fight.
a fight. Yeah.
So and the producer, or not the producer, the
he's-
engineer hides away.
No,
he's
always like, I need to take a break now.
Yeah, because there's been some hectic fights. I drank about a liter
That's
of
all?
alcohol and then we just we're good. We work really well together.
Obviously.
But in the box, no. Not in the box.
It's like two cocks fighting.
We don't work well in the box.
I love the way I love the way you guys feed off of each other. So when you started touring with the new kind of a punk feel, when did you guys decide, maybe I'm gonna go shirtless today? Yeah.
Oh no, I'm a nudist.
How did that feel going?
I've always been that way.
But like, I mean, I can see like when you're in a little small club and you got people that are right there, it's probably easier. But now, let's say you get on the big stage.
Oh, I love it. My clothing doesn't make me feel guarded or like, I don't know how to explain. When you feel like confidence in yourself as a person, it doesn't really matter what you're wearing, even if it's something crazy or not much. I don't know. I enjoy the freedom of movement not wearing much gives me. And then my sister as well, we love to desexualize nudity. I mean, for me, the problem with the world is that...
Especially with females, though, because I don't know what it is, but like...
As soon as you're not wearing much or you're wearing something that people deem sexy, then you're suddenly selling something.
Or you something else, or they've put all these labels on you. But like if a male does it, then he's funny.
Well,
and then
there's a lot of hypocritical stuff out there.
Yeah,
there is. Crazy.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I understand people being like first taken aback, but 5 minutes into our show, I promise you, you will look. You won't even notice it. People get so immune to it, and that's the thing I fucking love.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I was going to say that. At first, the one song that you guys have, Society's Reject, I forget the name of the song, but it's so good. There's one video that it's so energetic. It makes me think of like the hypocrisy that's going on right now. And I was going to dance around this. I hope that I don't offend anybody.
No, you can say whatever you want.
I think it's offensive to not speak your mind.
All right. So let me get your opinion on something.
Okay.
Last year at this time, the cancel culture started. You know what that means? Like people
I hate
bullshit.
Okay.
I fucking hate it.
Last year at this time, I was made aware, and I remember now, there was a classic Christmas song that everybody started attacking called Baby, It's Cold Outside.
I remember.
Yeah, they're saying it's a rape culture song or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And so let me just, and this is not to poo-poo today's song that's #1 in America right now. It's not to at all. It's just to address the hypocrisy. Because do you guys know what the #1 song is right now?
No.
Oh, is it that guy that won the...
It's called WAP. WAP.
I I
Oh
heard
yeah,
it.
Cardi
Yeah.
B and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Megan the Stallion.
Yeah.
A lot of people like it. A lot of people love it. I'm sure it's a great song, but the hypocrisy is like, okay, how can that be number one? And yet we're going to take this classic Christmas song, you know, that's been around for years out. You know, so it's just really weird. The whole,
You know
Well,
what
look,
it is?
even-
Can I
look,
explain
even-
what it is?
Look, even that
They're trying to
rapper,
no.
that
They're trying
rapper
to
Tekashi 6ix9ine, like his stuff. It's like what the actual.
no.
fuck?
They're trying to push a narrative. So it's crazy. If you're a female, then nothing you say could possibly be offensive, especially, you know, like if you're rapping, whatever, it's your freedom. But if a guy sings anything like that, then he's just this despicable beast.
I don't agree with that, because if you do that in rap music, it's fine. No one blinks an eye. Like I've heard some songs that are like #1 right now by male rappers on the
Really?
charts. Yeah, like
Oh,
Tekashi 6ix9ine, his stuff. Like what is it? The one
you
thing
guys
he
are
said?
pretty good at the rap thing too, as a matter of fact.
I know, my
Okay.
sisters. I can do screamer up, but I can't do no more.
Yeah,
rap.
you can scrap, you can scream like nobody else, and she can rap. That's for sure. There's
But
also,
But
Go ahead.
like, but I don't know. Even I always laugh at this. People give us so much shit for like a video where we're maybe like body painted or whatever, and they're like, oh, you're selling sex or whatever, and then a music video like some rap artist or whatever goes out and these big inflated bums in thongs and big tits and like shaking
You know
around.
what I've
Nothing wrong
noticed?
with that, but
No,
like how come
I
that's
think-
accessible to children?
Do you know why? Do you know
that's,
why?
oh, that's fine.
When you're selling sex as a woman, and like honestly, and it's evident what you're doing, like that, like, you know, on a stripper pole, shaking your bum and your boobs,
And
and
it's
that,
like, oh,
and
she's doing what she's supposed
she's doing
to.
what she's meant to. Society applauds you because you're just a bitch over there, and you know what? No one's taking you seriously. You just be the whore that you are. But when you're a woman and you're dressing how you want, whether it's like not much or
And
much,
you're confusing people because you're not
asking
for
for
anything.
you don't want the acceptance. You're just being you, and you're not selling. You're not like on a pole, and like,
Then
you
it's
know,
a bit confusing for a lot of people.
because you've changed the
maybe.
context of how they view what a woman should be doing when she's dressed like you.
I get
I
it.
don't know. That's just what I think. To me, though, I don't like vulgar music. I don't mind things that are like, you know, they make you think. It doesn't matter if it's tongue in cheek or cheeky, but I don't want to hear about your wet pussy jumping on a dick. And
Yeah, thank you.
if I heard a
Thank
guy
you.
singing
Thank
about
you.
that, I'd be like, no,
Yeah.
ew.
Thank you very much.
It's not that I'm prudish. It's just I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, I
Gross.
guess everybody's got different tastes, but I have to agree with you on that. And listen,
Yeah.
I know you girls have a lot to do, a lot going on. I want to take a few more minutes. I wanted to say you guys are really good. Notice how I started to stutter there. You guys you guys are really good at doing like
Accents.
Oh my God,
Accents.
you're so fucking sweet. Yeah, we
Thank
love
you.
doing accents.
yeah, you, Millie, you do a Mrs. Piggy really well. And me, I just saw me do, am I saying that right? Me?
Yeah.
You did a Harley Quinn. Perfect.
Oh,
Would you guys take a challenge right now? Just a small
Okay.
challenge.
okay.
Would you do your characters as Harley Quinn is caught flirting with Kermit and they just wrote a song together and Mrs. Piggy just found out.
Okay.
Okay. What's this?
Oh, hi, Harley Quinn. Nice to meet
I
you.
don't care who you are. You leave my Kermit alone.
I love her. She's great.
Don't you dare get your dirty slut hands off Kermit.
I think you and I are gonna have some great fun. I love bacon.
I've never wanted to fuck a pig. Get out.
You are a pig.
Well,
Okay.
I'm saying you're just a whore pig.
No.
You know what?
No. Oh, you know what you are? You're a cunt.
You know what? You guys are troopers.
You're dead to me.
Man, you guys are troopers. I could actually talk to you for hours. Thank you.
Oh, you're so sweet. Now shut up.
Thanks for making this really super, super easy.
No,
Oh,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Again, like,
And we like your t-shirt, by
Yeah.
the way.
Thank you. You guys,
who took a photo of you, man?
You look great. You shouldn't have shaved for this interview.
you know, I don't know if you're aware, but it was the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. I'm a day late.
Ooh. Who's your
But
favorite Star Wars character?
Oh, Chewbacca for
Me.
sure. I got a
Mine
dog.
too. I fucking love the Chewbacca, man. The best.
My,
Can you do
my
the
dog
sound?
looks just like him.
Oh, I love the Chewbacca.
I wish
My
he'd come
sister
over
says,
here right now, but he's
can I do the sound? No, I can't do the
Try to do
sound.
the sound.
No, I can't. I'm gonna stab you, dude. No, you've never even watched that one. Shut up.
But again, thank you guys very much. If there's anybody watching this right now, my whole 2 viewers that I have,
You're all gonna die.
I'm coming to find you.
listen, if you guys ever come to the States, or if we can have anything to help you guys out with coming here, I know a venue that happens this time of year. Like, hopefully we get back to normal. There's a venue that happens this type of year in Florida, down in the Keys. It's called Fantasy Fest. It's right up your alley. Everybody paints their bodies up.
Sounds fucking cool.
If there's anybody listening, and we can have something to do with getting you girls here to headline or something down there, I'm sure it would be a big
Hey,
hit.
we'd be fucking honored. I mean, look, as soon as like everything gets back to normal, we don't give a fuck what we have to do. We're getting on a plane and we'll be there. If like a venue will book us for sure, we there.
Well, look,
we there.
we live in a surf redneck kind of county.
Oh, that's so cool.
With
We can bring J-Dog. Yeah.
we even got rockets launching every day almost.
No fucking way.
Real
rockets
with them sparkly things.
Real-
Our uncle, the weirdo, he's got a rocket too, but he got arrested for bringing his out.
Exactly. It sprays a lot.
not the pocket rocket.
Oh, wow, they got fancy ones there.
Spin tops, maybe.
But listen, I want you to guys, please stay in touch. I'm going to stay in touch with you guys. You guys are great. For those
Thank
listening,
you for having us on your show.
you can go to YouTube, just put in Soap Girls, a bunch of videos come up, or you can go to the soapgirls.com for merchandise. By the way, which I just bought my first shirt yesterday.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm getting on that wire.
Yeah, thank you.
It's Steve Grasso with a G-R and
Steve
an A and an S,
Grasso.
S and an O.
Say your name on that line.
Steve Grasso. Thank
Sweet.
you.
It was so nice to talk to you guys.
Hey, well,
You
ditto.
too.
No,
Take-
you're really fucking sweet.
Take care of each other. Be safe. And thank you.
Y'all come back now.
You guys are great. Peace, love.
Thank you. And if we can like also just spread the word for you as well, just
Let us know,
send us
yeah.
links and thank you.
I'll put links down, and we're just going to have a whole bunch of love together.
Yeah, that sounds very wrong. I'm just
Woo!
joking.
A big burrito.
All right. Are you guys having a
was
show
doing-
today? Is your show today? Are you going to put one
No,
on?
so we have on
Okay,
Thursday.
every single Monday, regardless of the lockdown or not, for years
we
we've
do
been doing
Monday live acoustic, and then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
our theme shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
And real
but
quick,
this week's-
for people here in America, how is lockdown for you guys?
Oh wow. Okay, so basically the
It's
lockdown
fucked. In South Africa, it's a joke, man.
So for quite a few
4 or
months,
5 months, alcohol and cigarettes
Cigarettes
were
were
completely
banned.
banned. They were illicit. There was an illegal trade happening. People were like, if you wanted to visit a friend, this is how I would go to friends' houses. We'd meet in a parking lot and I'd roll under the car to the door and crawl up and go into the car.
yeah, that's how you had to do it.
Oh
And like you
my.
couldn't go out, you couldn't go to beaches,
So
nothing.
you could buy a couple of items in a shop, but no clothes or anything. So they would cordon off with police tape, like most of the
even
shop.
though you were in the fucking shop already.
So I don't know what difference it made. So that was for like 5 months. And then they
But then I
decided
think-
that we're poverty stricken in this country and
They can't afford to be so
because the
strict.
government stole all the money. So they need to like generate some business.
Yeah.
So
But
this country is
It's
very
fucked up.
crazy. It's mixed. Like there's a first world element to it, but it's very much third world. So
yeah.
you look at all the politicians out there and they really do not give a fuck about the people here. So it's the lockdown's been ridiculous. Most people, even straight-laced people who were against weed,
They're
are now
all just
growing their
growing
own
it because
weed.
they're like, fuck this.
Everyone's doing illegal trades. It's literally a booming underground illegal industry. People were making their own alcohol.
Oh my
Some
God.
people died though, but yeah.
And we have a huge, like, we're banned completely in this country.
Yeah.
Like for us to try and, even when we do our live shows, if we mention certain things, then suddenly like,
The live stream gets cut out.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we
so
cannot get
I'll
back
probably
on.
edit some things out of this so that, to save you guys.
But it's fucked up. There's certain words, if we mention it, like the whole stream will just shut down. So South Africa has dealt with this lockdown really weirdly, but South African people are quite resilient, and I think they just make a plan.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we did. Okay.
hopefully we as a society and humans will all somehow try to get together and put this bullshit
It's
behind
the
us.
only way. I mean, look, relying on the government and the system, no one thought it could go wrong, and look how it has. So I guess it's made people realize that,
Hey,
we
should
gotta
actually
do this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We should also question when we keep being fed.
yeah.
And also, stock up on your alcohol, we can.
You never know when it's going to get taken away.
It's true.
That is true. Okay, well, ladies, listen. Thank you so much.
No, thank
You guys made
you.
this super easy. I want to do this again soon.
Yes.
All right, right on. We're gonna to our next show. I look forward to it. Peace out.
Peace out.
Stay safe.
I love you guys.
You too. And thank you very, very fucking much, man.
Right on. Okay, bye.